Good morning, Jackson Garage. In the background, what do you see? I see a Cyberchopper.
Cyberchopper? No.
Cyberchopper. So, when you look at that shape, what do you see? I see elements of Cybertruck in there. I think a certain someone that rhymes with Smelon Smusk may have seen my design on the interwebs and copied it. Let's delve into this a little bit further. So, there's image number 1. And what do we have here? There's image number 2. Oh, what is that? That looks like a blatant copy. What's that, you say? Another design element stolen straight off the internet. Bear in mind that this design was made in 2014 using tape on my garage floor. The one thing this design does not have, which I'm gonna now copy, is an electric motor. So, here goes. What I'm going to have to do is move this to that side, so it means cutting off all of the brackets, means flipping the wheel around, it means cutting off all the brackets for the chain drive, and that's basically it. Then what I want to do is strengthen these joints here and maybe put in a few gussets. The design is not going to be as clean if I have to put in more gussets, but we're going to have an electric motor here anyway with a bunch of brackets and things. So what we'll do is we'll put in some nice triangular body pieces to mimic some of the stainless steel on the Cybertruck. Here we have all of the essential ingredients for this electro Cyberchopper. Right, so now I'm out of Africa Burn hat into Jackson Garage hat. We are going to do some metal work. This is time to disassemble this thing, start chopping. Cyberchopper. Right, maybe we should just call it the Cyberchopper. So, pulleys, motor, 1 kilowatt motor, tensioning lever, one of the 4 cells that I'm going to borrow, and the inverter. So, inverter will be mounted in the frame there somewhere with the battery modules over there. You've got your motor that'll be mounted in there somewhere. This section over here flipped around, and the pulley mounted to the mag wheel over there. All right, time to get chopping. one last look at this fancy mechanism that I designed for the pedal version of this Cyberchopper. Gonna soon cut it off. Never gonna miss an opportunity to use my heat gun. So I've made these little inserts that I'm going to weld onto these little round corners so that it'll be a bit stronger, because it's going to be a little bit heavier with the motor and batteries on the frame, and that's a point of weakness. So I'm going to have those little inserts, weld them up, maybe put a little bit of slot in there. Hopefully I won't have to do too much more grinding. Some of my workmanship 6 years ago was good, and then in other parts the welding was a little bit miserable. I'll have to clean this up a little bit. But hopefully I'll get to practice my welding as well. Okay, so that was quite a day, taking the motor off the Flamingo and disassembling the bike. I actually realized that I did a pretty good job of putting it together with all the quick releases and all of the stuff and the 3 chains, and it actually worked pretty well. But it's time to move on and do a new project. Pretty happy with the progress today. So what's left for the next couple of days is figuring out the rear frame. I guess this is what you'd call a hardtail bike. The belts seem to be long enough. I think I can get the pulleys to work. So it's working on the rear end and then building a platform for the motor to sit on. I think we'll get most of that done in the next day or two, and then we'll move on to the battery mounts and then seeing if I can get the BMS to attach to it as well, which would be it'll be nice to put that whole project together like that. What else is there? Yeah. And the belt tensioner is also a consideration. So just to leave enough space for that. But I think that'll be done right at the end of the project, because it's sort of like an external kind of a mounted thing, and we'll decide if I probably put it on a foot stomp with a cable, like similar to the Flamingo. That's it for part 1 of Cyberchopper.